This is a focused interview with a parent. I'm with a mom of a 4th grader and a 7th grader at the public school. Are you aware that your child has to take standardized tests every year?
Yes, I am.
Does the school send their scores home for you?
They do. Yes, they do.
And do you understand what the report says about your child's score?
Yes, and they also give a little explanation to help and are available to help you, but the scores are pretty easy to understand what is happening.
Okay. And do you think the tests are an effective way to show what your child has learned during the year?
I think it's one component that helps to show, but I think there's a lot more things that can be used to show the growth that they have made during the year.
And normally, if a child doesn't pass the exam and their test results come back and they don't pass it, they have to be retained. Do you think that the test results are a fair way to determine if your child should be retained?
I don't think that that should be the only factor in that. I think that there's other things that they need to look at and other ways to evaluate children besides the standardized test to give them a fair assessment of whether they're ready to go on and have shown enough growth and understanding of the concepts in order to be moved on. So I don't think that should be the only way.
What else do you think that a school or a teacher could do to determine whether or not your child should be retained?
I think if they are collecting information and making portfolios and collecting data throughout the year of my child, then they should be able to see the areas that they are strong in and maybe areas that are weak in and continue to meet with us as parents to things that they can work on and to help with them. I think there's a lot of other things out there that they can do in addition to this to show whether they're ready to go on or not.
Do you think in part that's because some students aren't good test takers and their other work in class demonstrates really what they're capable of doing?
Absolutely. I think sometimes the test can be overwhelming and hard for them to be able to focus and concentrate on, and so much that stress that they have underneath that I think the day-to-day classwork in small maybe groups or testing in the classroom might be a little bit easier in benchmark testings to show whether they're ready rather than this overwhelming standardized test.
Okay, thank you for participating.
You're welcome.